Well, good evening, everyone. This is Bill Breeden. Thank you for joining me tonight for Constellation Tour number 59. Tonight we're going to go over the constellation Corona Australis, or the Southern Crown. This is a southern celestial hemisphere constellation, and it's pretty faint. So we have Stellarium here set up for a suburban sky with moderate light pollution on the 1st of September 2020 at about 9 p.m. in the evening. Corona Australis is far enough south where it's better viewed from a more southern location, so we've traveled to Miami tonight in our simulation, Miami, Florida. So let's go about finding Corona Australis. From a moderately light polluted location, it's really almost impossible to see, but we're going to try. Okay, you want to look south in the summer months and look for the teapot asterism of Sagittarius. And I'm outlining it here for you. And you want to look at the curve here of the handle of the teapot. And you want to go straight down until you find a very faint curve of stars here that sort of form an arc. And that is the crown. That's the southern crown, Corona Australis. Okay, not easy to see if you've got even more light pollution. You almost can't see it at all here. So you just have to know where it is. So look for the teapot asterism of Sagittarius, look for the handle, and then come straight down about the same distance that these two stars here apart, and you'll find this curve of stars here that's just barely visible. So we have Stellarium set up to simulate a naked eye view of the sky of about 60 degrees of a true field of view. So let's go back to our suburban skies. I kind of set it up for more light pollution. Let's go back to the suburbs here. In fact, let's go to maybe on the outskirts of the suburbs. Might be able to see it better. Okay, so here you have the teapot and you have the handle here. Go straight down about the same distance and you come to this curve of stars. So let's turn on our constellation lines. And you can see Corona Australis here with this nice curve of stars here. Let's look at the boundaries. So pretty much what they've done, it looks like Sagittarius is a huge area of sky, as you can see here. And it almost appears like Corona Australis, the southern crown here, was just kind of taking a bite out of the lower right corner of Sagittarius, which is fine. Sagittarius has enough space. So, and the crown itself occupies just the upper right or the upper left corner of the patch of sky that Corona Australis includes here. It also includes all of this here. So it's a pretty small constellation, but from a dark side, it actually does, it is pretty striking. Let's go ahead and travel to a darker location. It always helps. With some of these constellations, it really helps to make the trip to a darker site. Now you can see the curve of Corona Australis very clearly. It's actually very striking. So you have the teapot here of Sagittarius. You have the handle here. Just go straight down from the handle until you get to this curve of stars right here. So what can we look for in the southern crown? There are a few double stars. So let's start with Gamma Coronae Australis. Let's do a search. And gamma is actually part of the curve here of stars. It's right here in the upper left corner of the crown. It's a double star listed at 5th magnitude, about 58 light years from Earth. Let's have a look through our finder. Really nice field of view. It looks like there's some dark nebulosity here, pretty close to our target of Gamma Corona Australis. And we've got Epsilon here, and a star named Meridiana. I'm going to go with Meridiana. It's always fun to try to pronounce these star names. So let's see if gamma splits in Stellarium. Yes, it does. There you got the little companion right there next to it. That's going to make a really nice view in a medium power eyepiece. So let's go with a 13 millimeter Nagler. And gamma looks really nice. So while we're in the vicinity, let's have a look at this dark nebulosity. And it looks like this would be best viewed through binoculars or through a finder. And I'm not sure exactly what this object is. Let's see if Stellarium will tell us. Now see, it's just given us star names. So we'd have to turn on our deep sky objects. Let's do that. Let's go out here to viewing options, deep sky objects, and turn on labels. Let's see if this object comes up with a label. It sure does. Okay. Sometimes you have to play with the settings. It looks like it's called the Corona Australis Nebula. It's like there's a letter in between there. The R, Corona Australis Nebula. So we've got a name here. It looks like this bright part of it here is NGC 6726. And we've also got a cluster up here, a globular cluster called the chandelier. This is an interesting part of the sky. Now, this is the kind of thing that I would do if I was out observing and I would select a constellation to concentrate on. Just explore and discover. I've never even heard of the R Corona Australis Nebula before now. And the chandelier cluster. This is a globular cluster of 8th magnitude, located 28,000 light years away. And through a 13 millimeter eyepiece, it looks like this would be a really nice little globular to observe. This is what I love about amateur astronomy. You get to make little discoveries all evening. All because we were going to go for Gamma Corona Australis. A star right here. Led us to all of those deep sky treats. So let's turn off our labels and markers again. I like to keep it as realistic as I can. Okay, I've got another double star here listed that I wanted to search for tonight, and that's Kappa Corona Australis. Let's go back to a naked eye view. And let's look for Kappa. This is a double star of magnitude 6.2, located 489 light years away. And through the finder, that's Kappa 1, it's listed. So it's possible that, no, that's not Kappa 2. Sometimes they're more spread out than you expect. Let's zoom in on it a little bit more. There we go. Okay, that one takes a little bit of power to split. So there's Kappa 2. And kappa 1. So they're really close together, kappa 1 and kappa 2. 6th magnitude double star. Let's look at where that is again in the constellation. So here you've got the crown here, and it looks like it's just over here to the right. Now, let's see if there was anything interesting in the neighborhood, like there was with Gamma. We have a few more pairings, really nice pairings here, double stars. This almost looks like an open cluster. There's a lot going on in this part of the sky. I'm really impressed. I mean, I know we're close to Sagittarius, so that doesn't surprise me too much. But here's a nice little double here. Some of these could just be line of sight doubles. That's a 10th magnitude and a 9th magnitude. Don't let that intimidate you. If you're pointing your telescope at these objects, 9th and 10th magnitude are very doable. So a lot of nice little pairings around the neighborhood of Kappa Corona Australis. So let's go back out to a naked eye point of view here. And I've got one deep sky object on my list for Corona Australis, and that's NGC 6541. It's a globular cluster. This is magnitude 7. It's actually brighter than those double stars were. That's cool. This is located 23,000 light years from Earth. And it's really nice when Stellarium has an image of it. Makes this much more fun. So let's put an eyepiece on that. And I'd probably go with, for a globular cluster, a 13 millimeter Nagler would really be good. Just medium power, just the right amount of magnification. So you can see where that is in the constellations down here in the lower right corner. Almost on the border with Telescopium, just south of it. It's also Caldwell 78, so you get to check off a Caldwell object at the same time. Very nice. Okay, well, this concludes my tour tonight of Corona Australis. Good night and good seeing.